If you are just starting out in writing novels, we have a number of workshops for you. One that's been very popular, and we've offered it year and year again, is called Crafting a Successful Beginning to Your Novel. It offers feedback on the first 50 pages that you've created. Sometimes people don't have 50 pages finished just yet, and that's okay too. But you're coming with that beginning, and you're going to find out what it takes to make that beginning as strong as possible, and then carry that storyline through. This workshop I love because it also talks so much. It spends time talking about the first chapter, the first page, and even the importance of that first line. Another good choice for those just starting out in their novel and needing a little bit more guidance on how to take it to the end would be getting your novel unstuck. What a great word for novelists. Yeah, sometimes they get stuck. And this workshop will give you feedback on the first 10 pages, but then it will also help you structure, how do you push forward? What is your focus to outline that middle and then get yourself to the end? And how do you look for those through lines in all of it? Similarly, because it's plot focused, that one, we also have new this year a workshop called Plot Like a Film. And that's using screenwriting tips to help develop your story from beginning to end. This one's great for anyone just even in the idea phase, and they're really thinking about, like, I've been a pantser all my life, and I'd really like to think about, how do I use a 3-act structure to help set up a story and then write it? This workshop grew out of 2 really wonderful breakout sessions at 2 different workshops that we had in 2019. One was with Tiffany Jackson. She was on faculty at last year's summer camp, and she hosted a breakout session with a similar topic. It might have been plot like a screenwriter, or plot in 3 acts, or something like that. And she talked really about her background in screenwriting and that 3-act structure, and how she uses it so much in her amazing books. And then she went through and she remedied people's plots one after the other in her exercise. Not just the students at summer camp, but also the faculty at summer camp were talking to her through this 3-act structure that she took us through, and she was identifying areas to help smooth out plot. So that was very exciting. And then Sona Charapatra was with us as well, and she was talking specifically about screenwriting technique and what screenwriting technique can do to allow novelists to think about storyline. And so together we had Sona and Tiff come up with this new and fabulous workshop for people who need to understand plot. We do as novelists, and it's called Plot Like a Film, Screenwriting Techniques That Serve Your Story. We're very excited about this one. We also have our Getting to Know Your Novel, and that's a great workshop for people starting out because you learn so much about writing novels. It's an evergreen course, though, because it can be taken every time you start out in a new novel. You learn about character and voice and pacing and setting goals for yourself and self-care and so much more. This workshop takes part online and on campus. It's a 2-part act here. And you have feedback at this one on your first chapter, on your first 25 pages, and then on your first 50 pages. And you meet with an editor at this workshop, you meet with your faculty mentor, and then you meet in roundtable critique. So one of those questions that I had asked earlier, how much critique, how much feedback are you ready to receive? If you're ready to receive a good amount of feedback, this is a great one for you. I just spoke with Sarah yesterday. We were talking a little bit about how we'll be redesigning the online portion, which starts in February of this workshop. And she really has some great new features, some fun ways to springboard your writing while you're working on the novel itself. I would say that Getting to Know Your Novel and our Summer Camp in Fiction are evergreen courses for novelists, meaning you can take them once or you could take them again and again and again, because every time you're starting out on the journey of writing a novel, these workshops will help you. Our Summer Camp in Fiction is just a favorite. It features celebrated fiction writers and poets. It has daily mentorship. You meet with your mentor for 30 minutes every single day. You have a formal critique that is sent in ahead of time, and then additional daily critiques with your mentor. You might work on one novel, you might work on several novels. It also has inspirational keynotes and craft-focused breakout sessions, similar to the one I mentioned that Tiffany Jackson did last year. And there are s'mores, and there is a field trip, and there are fireside readings one night. It's just a lovely event. And that can really fit if you're coming in with an idea, if you're working on multiple projects right now and want a little bit of feedback on all of them, or you're really trying to focus in on finishing that one draft.